Greetings, gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description.
If you are a victim of the recent attack, please remain calm. UC Security has everything under control.
Greetings, Starfarers, and welcome to another episode of Starfield. I'm Cobalt, Thorium. And in this episode, we're still recovering from that attack by the Starborn. When it said that Barrett is going to be our unshakable companion, I didn't realize that it meant for like the rest of the game. I hope that's not true. But Samco's belongings have been moved to the lodge basement. Oh.
Mateo, I need to be checking everyone's vitals. Now really isn't the time.
I know. Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground a million times over, but I think I have something. I'm serious.
Morale in the lodge has been measurably reduced. Constellation has suffered losses before, although none quite so violently.
Any known records of these so-called Starborn?
Although my database of human history is not fully complete, it is quite extensive. At this time, I am unable to locate any valid references. Given the unusual nature of the encounter, it is reasonable to surmise that any earlier occasions would have been documented. One explanation is that this is the first time they have been discovered. An alternate explanation is that prior encounters resulted in 0 survivors to document the experience.
That's really comforting, Vasco. Or let's hope that this is just the first time then. Or if they want to fight, they'll get one. I like the sarcasm. I wonder if he'll pick up on it.
I detect a discrepancy between your words and tone, commonly known as sarcasm. One of Barrett's frequent choices in communication. If this analysis is in error, please let me know, and I will update my database.
Alright, we probably shouldn't go through all this stuff right now. We probably should be talking to everybody and getting their reactions, just in case there's like a scripted sequence or something like that. We don't want to like miss it, so as we get closer, edging closer, edging closer.
If you need time away from here, I'll understand. We all have to recover in our own way.
You forget how much you take a place like the Lodge for granted. Until it's threatened.
Thank you for helping me out with the artifacts.
Geez, she's sad. Holy shit.
Everyone seems more distant in the lodge. I guess that is to be expected. I'm not sure when things will feel safer. But we have not been attacked again. The lodge feels a little colder than it used to. Everyone seems more distant in the lodge. I guess that is to be expected.
I need you to come with me, though, lady.
If you need time away from here, I'll understand.
If I may, I know our encounter with the Hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Do you remember that?
He said our part in glimpsing Unity was over. That felt like a trick, something to throw us off the path. I was thinking about that too. It could be related to the artifacts. I'm going to say our part in glimpsing the Unity is over.
Because he was stopping us. implying that we were getting closer to it. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
Where is the Sanctum Universum anyway? Actually, we know where it is, but...
It's right here in the city, just a block or so from the lodge.
You're right. It's too big a coincidence not to try. I would agree with that. I mean, clearly these things are connected. Or it's just a word, Mateo. You're grasping at straws here. Too big a coincidence not to try. I'm going to go with that.
I don't mind taking a detour to gather data. Only thing we'd lose is time, really.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. I'll meet you over there.
Yay, Andrea's back. Woohoo.
I've been lost in thought for a
I'm not
bit.
sure when things will feel safer. But we have not been attacked again.
For now. Alright, so I think maybe it feels like we're back to, the standard, like, gameplay again. She has, like, permanent furrows now. That's kind of good. If that's true, then that's pretty good.
To think the lodge turned into a battlefield.
It's not looking so good, is it?
I need everyone looking out for each other during this time. Losses hit a small group like ours especially hard. Fine by me.
Alright, nothing new.
There's that empty feeling again. Whenever someone's gone, there's like a hole in the lodge where there used to be.
Andrea.
The lodge feels a little colder than it used to.
Alright, we're gonna ask her to come back with us.
I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. You told me that fun was important. I assumed you were joking and dismissed it out of hand. But, having thought about it, I wonder now if you were right. Or at least if I were too quick to reject the idea. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it.
It's okay to have doubts. Don't let them paralyze you. If I got you here, then it was right. It doesn't matter. There's no way to change the past. Or you're the only one who can answer that. Well, I mean, that's true. This is also true. I don't know if it doesn't matter, but of course there's no way to change the past. This is very much like no regrets. Well, maybe you did some things you should regret, and maybe you should learn from them. So, I mean, the past is important, so. If it got you here, then it was right. Now, once again, this is almost like a
Was there more?
ends justify the means type of. That's not good. It's okay to have doubts. Don't just let them power. This is a good answer too, but I think that I like. You're the. No, you know what? I am gonna go with. It's okay to have doubts. Don't let them paralyze you.
Doubts have never been something I would consider. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet...
Our past should never define us, or we've all done things we regret, or you don't have to talk about anything you don't want to. or whatever you've done, I won't hold it against you. Well, I mean, what if she... I mean, there are things you should hold against people. if there is a level of atrocity that you probably would say, hey, I don't really want to be your friend anymore. You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to. I'll go with that.
Thank you. I appreciate the reassurance, but I would like to try. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence.
Everyone's had their share of hardships, or it's clearly taken a toll on you. Hard to believe your family would put you through that. This might tease out the fact... I mean, we know that she's a Faroon. I don't know why they're trying so hard, like this is some kind of secret. It's obvious, but...
We were taught from a very young age that family always comes first. And no price is too great to pay to ensure its survival. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning.
Going it alone has always worked for me. Or we're social creatures, life is better when we're surrounded by others, or never paid much attention to who's around. We'll go with social creatures.
Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea. But therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others.
I'm here for you if you need me, or don't let this get in the way of our mission, or everybody's got baggage. How you deal with it is what matters. Or keeping things bottled up is not a good idea. Let's just give her assurance that if she needs to talk, we're here. Yeah, like this one here is very dismissive. This one here feels very... I don't know. I don't know if I like it. But this one here is like encouraging her too much to open up to us. And I think that it's a little bit, a little too prying.
I have to gone quiet.
Okay. I'm here for you if you need me.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Okay, and apparently it wants us to talk with her again.
I'm not sure when things will feel safer. But we have not been attacked again.
Are you ready to head back out?
I'm at your side.
Let's do it.
You two go on. I have academic journals to review, and the galaxy's cheesiest hoagie to devour.
An interesting mix of activities. I hope they are both enjoyable.
Hey, let's not stick around the lodge too long. We should get out there. There's that empty feeling again. Whenever someone's gone, there's like a hole in the lodge where there used to be.
All right, let's go. All right.
To think the lodge turned into a battlefield.
Let's talk to...
Constellation has suffered losses before, although none quite so violently.
Let's talk to Vasco. He's got
Morale in the lodge has been measurably reduced.
All right, do you miss Barrett?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so.
What do you mean?
That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
I'd consider that a bug. Clearly, they should have had a different message once we rescued Barrett. I'm glad you take your job seriously. Protecting Barrett must have been quite a challenge, or your job is to support and protect me. He's kind of a doofus, so we'll say protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every mission on which we have embarked. It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful. I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
Let's get you signed somewhere, or outpost development, what do you mean? Let's ask.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Sounds useful. I'll try it next time I touch down on a planet. Or what kind of advanced structure could I build? How do I know if a planet has the resources I need? Okay. Well, these are questions. We'll do the questions first. What kind of advanced structures could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
How do I know that a planet has the resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
Sounds useful. I'll try it the next time I touch down on a planet.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
How long have you been part of Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
Wow. Okay. Straight gear.
I will happily carry whatever you need.
I don't think we left anything on him. Nope, we didn't. Alright, let's get out of here. Is there anybody we haven't talked to yet? So, I mean, Cora. And then this girl.
You go do what you have to do. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine now.
Sounds like something's on fire. Oh, is there a fireplace downstairs? There might actually be a fireplace. In which case the fireplace is on fire. Which is perfectly acceptable. Let's make sure our giant locker of contraband is still safe. Aid, yes, we have 1. Misc. 12 black market antiques. 30 harvested organs. 15 mech components. 16 sentient AI adapters. 8 pieces of stolen artwork. 7 Varun heretic writings. And 12 Xeno warfare attacks. It's a pretty good collection. I don't know what it's for, but somehow I like collecting it. We should check to make sure she still has her machine gun thingy. Let's go. Talk to me. Hello?
The lodge feels... If I can take a few...
Nice. She does still have the wingman's Kadama. Come on, let's go. You know what? I forgot to switch out our weapons when we were on Aquila City. Shoot. Alright, let's get out of here. Huh. What do I want to do? This incident has given me a sense that I'm going through the story too quickly, and I need to do all the other stuff. So we're not going to go to Unity yet. I think we should finish our faction quests. It would be good to do Power from Beyond, too. Let's do this. Let's get the powers. Because I feel like once we get one of them, more will unlock. And I think that that'll be a good thing. So let's go to Gunaboo. Alright, a couple things. It does have flora and fauna, so it's going to be extremely annoying to scan all this stuff. I mean, I can pretty much do the spaceship debris on my own. I don't want to make people sit through it. So we'll get the powers. Kill the Starborn. Crap, I still have the ship parts in my inventory. Well, that's got to be it right there. Pretty easy to find. Copper, beryllium. Got a couple plants around. Aluminum. Frigid palm. Make sure that this isn't a Starborn ship. There's no way to tell. Alright, we have a Coral Heart Grazer. Oh man, there's a ton of these. Alright, wait, what's this genetics thing? XNA H2S based. Reproduction flowering. I don't remember that information ever being in there before. Maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. That's cool.
What does your scanner reveal?
I'm looking for Starborn. Temple Alpha.
Never in my life would I have imagined such a thing exists.
Turned out to be super easy. Not much searching required. Oh, come on, I hit it. Got chipped. What? What is going on here?
I do not think I could tire of seeing these magnificent structures.
Personal atmosphere. There's one of them. There was a corpse. Came up. All right. So personal atmosphere, I assume, means that we could wear no helmet or something? Get away without wearing a helmet some places. Come on. Pearl Heart Grazers. Hey, buddy. Oh, that's the one we scanned before, I guess. So I'm going to go over to this. I think this might be one of those gravity towers. Yeah, it is. Gravitational anomaly. Which means that that's probably also gravity tower, and probably so is that. So let's go to this. See if that'll give us our second surface feature. We'll probably just spend the rest of the episode scouting out this planet. Actually, you know what? Before we do any of that, let's see what this power actually does. Grav dash. Personal atmosphere. Oxygen, pure and clean. Brought forth to breathe deep and counteract harmful carbon dioxide. Oh, now that's interesting. Let's try it. So it's on 7? 7? Oh, I probably can't do it because it's stupid. That is so stupid. They have to fix that. Did it work? It doesn't seem to do anything. Are you serious? I'm looking at my oxygen and carbon dioxide and it doesn't seem to do anything. Do you hold it down maybe? It doesn't seem to do anything. I don't see my energy going down. Like the mana doesn't seem to be going down. Man, these powers suck. Not found a useful one. The scanner doesn't seem to work either. Maybe I have to be completely depleted? That's pretty not useful though. I'm mashing the button. Not doing anything. Oh, that thing is up. Doesn't seem to do anything. You know, for a planet with 8 flora and fauna, we're not seeing a lot here. It's a little bit alarming. This might be an extremely annoying planet to scan.
Do you see anything useful?
Alright, so these ones are probably going to be the same. Whatever they are. So far, the key tower ones have turned out not to be that great. They've been a lot of the ones that you could just like pass by. So we'll confirm here. Covered crater. Yeah, this is another one of the ones that you can kind of just pass by. So the key tower ones, it seems like, are not useful. What is this? Ornamental material. Alright. We have a key tower there. Oh, there's a biological sign there. So we'll go to that. It's terribly far away, though. Heavy gravity here. 1.3. Jeez. Walking simulator engaged. It looks like we'll run into this other place before we get there. The responsiveness of this game seems to be diminishing. Let's look at our status effects. Corrosive, solar. Nope, nothing. Spells seem broken. If you know how to do spells and you're watching this, please tell me how to do them in the comments. I just saw something circle in blue over there, but I don't see it now. I don't know why life signs would be so interesting on a planet that's clearly abundant in life. It's like, I saw some bugs back there. Is that not a life sign? Dung pile. Oh, these are some interesting arches. Okay, so the watchtower at the keyhole are always, I shouldn't say always, but so far they seem to not be places that we can use as surface features. They're just like interesting places that give you a little bit of XP, and that's it. Damn. Please count. Glacial remnant. This melting remnant of a retreating glacier indicates rapidly changing landscape. Alright, we've got our two surface features. Just gonna check this dung pile. See if there's anything good in it. Nope. Alright, so I think what we're going to do next is we're going to quickly go to the spaceship debris. Go. And then I'm probably just going to finish scouting the planet offline because it's kind of boring. I don't want to force people to watch that to stay current with the series. I feel like that's a little bit abusive. But we will scan whatever we find around here on our way down. Alright, it's not Starborn. That's nice. Spike spit trap, stunted pine. Okay. Quite a few different types of plants so far. Alright, that's enough. I'm just trying to line up with the approach over here. Kind of scanning stuff as we go. But you're always tempted, you know? It's like, oh, there's one that's just out of reach. Let me run over to it and give it a quick scan. And then it's like, oh, now there's 2 more that are just out of reach. Alright, let's get down there. I am getting frame rate drops. I think it's because of the weather. I think the weather effects are not particularly efficient in this game.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Damn it, they locked the box. So that's going to become annoying. I might end up just ending the episode a little bit early, because it's another thing I feel like people probably don't want to sit through. If people do want to watch me cracking these codes and stuff, let me know in the comments. But I'm kind of assuming that they don't want to, because I don't think I would want to. What I want to see is, like, interesting new planets. Well, the primary thing I want to see is story, probably. Like, the main story. Then probably combat, and then, like, planets with weird life and stuff like that. But let me know what you're interested in, and I'll try to focus more on that. I can't believe I missed this dead botanist right here. Alright. Let's wrap this one up here. Oh, it's stuck. Why? Oh. Okay. Let's wrap this one up here before I go crazy. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. New episodes every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.